Hello, beautiful, vibrant souls. I'd like to offer a reading for the week. Spirit has been speaking to me and saying that I need to do this at least once a week and deliver these messages for those who need to hear them. It seems as though with these three cards, the first thing that I got, it said stage one complete, right? So step one, check. You got it. Something fell into place, something that you took the initiative to go forward and make happen. You finally moved into that next phase. So, and it says, great. That's so awesome. It feels though like you're not done. There's so much more that you have to do still, and you still want to accomplish all these things. But it says, if just for one moment, let's just sit here and honor this stage of completion. Let's just pat yourself on the back a little bit and be like, hey, good job starting, first of all, because it's so hard to start. That first step is really hard sometimes. You ended a cycle by taking that first step, and that needs to be honored, and it needs to be remarked upon. It needs to be contemplated, at least for a few moments. And then, yeah, we'll dive in, we'll move forward. Now, there is a period where it suggests that there's a little bit of a period of indulgence. You want to enjoy it, but it doesn't seem like it's the type of thing that you want to enjoy um, out in social situations as you may have in the past. This isn't like I'm going to have a party celebration. It's I'm going to do something kind to myself. I'm going to let myself rest. I'm gonna buy myself something that I've needed for a long time. Do you need a pair of shoes? Do you need a pair of comfortable shoes or a new coat for winter? You haven't bought one in a few years, maybe. You've been using that same one. There's something that's just like, and these are just basic comforts of life. This isn't something that extravagant. This is just basic things that you've decided that you are going to give yourself. You are going to value and appreciate yourself and show yourself thanks for that. And then you're gonna put your head down and you're gonna do some more grinding. That's what's next for you. This next phase is going to have even more spoils to celebrate. So stay focused, continue moving towards your goals, keep that end goal in sight. Know that it is happening for you right now. Okay, this message coming through from Spirit. You were being kind and patient because I'm hearing the new you doing things differently than you've done before. Um, Trying not to lash out, trying to be aware of your reactions and the situations that maybe you had responded too strongly to before in the past, or maybe you responded inappropriately. And so you were trying to really be conscious of how you react to a situation. And its spirit is saying you let your guard down in some areas that you probably shouldn't have, or maybe for too long. And it allowed some situation or some individuals to move in and see how far they can push you. They moved in to see what can we get out of this person. And now Spirit says, show them who you are. Be bold. Just say it. Say what needs to be said. You can say it tactfully, you can say it maturely, you can say it professionally, but say it. Hold your ground. You didn't come this far to be stepped on. You didn't. So you gave them a moment, you let them show their true selves, and now you're going to let them see who you are and why you're not to be played with. So go ahead and take control of that situation. Now, the response to this is about setting healthy boundaries. It's not about being manipulative or getting revenge. It's about saying, this is as far as you get to go. And if they step over that boundary, the door gets closed. You weren't allowed to cross that boundary. You're just not allowed to. I'm not going to allow it. It's not, let's sit down and have a talk about it. It's, here are the boundaries. And if those boundaries are crossed, boundary has been crossed, door closed, period. We're done. When they come back and apologize and say, I apologize, I disrespected your boundaries, you asked me not to do that, I did it anyway, then you can proceed if you'd like to. But they pushed you to that far because they wanted to see how far they could push. They wanted to play. So now, close that door if you need to. Okay, got this. This is going to be a tough message for those of you in the collective that this applies to. It's that time of year. We have to let some things go. It's time for some deep cleaning. It's the opposite end of your deep cleaning for spring. It is your fall cleaning. So the focus is of taking stock of those things that you do prioritize in your life, things that are very important to you, things that matter to you, that you want to pursue, that you want to continue, and making sure that you keep those in a nice, safe place and you put them aside and they're organized and tidy. And then you look around you and see what's left and determine whether or not some things need to be tossed. You need to make some donations. You need to, you know, especially when it comes to, I'm hearing extracurricular or hobbies or things that you felt obligated to. If it doesn't give you great joy to where you want to prioritize that in your life, you're not obligated. I'm hearing that, like, maybe you picked up some kind of activity or social outing, per se, where it's supposed to be about the activity, but really it's about the social outing, but really it's about the other person that wanted you to come along because they just want to have that time with you. We can give them that time in other ways, especially if it's just something that feels exhausting to you. You come home and you kick your feet, you kick your shoes off and you kick your feet up because you were exhausted after that event. It might be time to let that go. And that for the same goes for those people that exhaust you. You don't have to give anyone any of your time. Now, obviously, we have, you know, certain obligations to maybe our children, but aside from that, you don't. You actually don't, regardless of how people want to make you feel about it. And that's where the other part comes in. It's tough to look someone in the eye who has been telling you since you were maybe even a baby, since you were a little tiny person, that you have these obligations towards them or to some other people or to be a certain way or to present yourself in the community or to show up and to do all of these things. And I'm here to tell you, and Spirit is here to tell you, no, you don't. You need to show up for you and you need to do what's right for you and you need to love you. And that also means that sometimes you need to let things go for you, for your own health. And it does take courage and it is going to be tough, but I want you to really think about what matters to you most and make sure that it aligns with your values.